challenge.com.
That is true.
You can check out our polls there. They're not going to be filled in, but they do show like what all's going on.
We have a match.
Anyway, we're finally going to get another match. We had FX, TLOC, Sethlon versus
Mid-low Mikeeffect.
That might or might not be correct. Mikeeffect is
he's not mid-low.
He's an Austinite.
Yeah, he's not mid-low.
He's an Austinite Ness.
That being said,
beat Savage in the swaggiest of ways with with literally like 1 second left with PK2.
Oh, that's right.
Shout outs to Savage.
Shout outs to both of these guys. They're both super
no,
cool.
Just shout outs to everybody who came. But anyway, we're gonna plug right into this next match.
Shout outs to what's about to happen. Are you ready for this?
Which it is not a button check, so let's go ahead and get started here. We got TLOC rocking the ever-lovable Green Roy, and Mikeeffect going with Bumblebee Ness.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite skins, by the way. And it's working out for him so far. He's out, like, in some spaces, Sethlon's just outspacing him and overwhelming him. But in these other spaces, Mikeeffect is saying, all right, well, you just do this unsafe move, and I'll get a bunch of stuff off of a grab. That's pretty much how a lot of this match is going to go, because Sethlon loves to play very aggressively, loves to get in your face, and yet somehow has this great sense of spacing even while he does that. And so Mikeeffect is going to have to focus a lot more on the punish game rather than trying to get Sethlon to make a bunch of mistakes in neutral.
Yeah, one thing that Sethlon does have to keep note of is the fact that he is a heavy fastballer, and that basically means he gets gimped he can get gimped with effort. It does take effort to gimp Roy, but it does happen. Like there, he's very good awareness right there. He's going to be left without his jump, and he's going to have to recover the stage, which he does.
Magnet hands. Shout outs to Adam Jensen. Ooh. Okay,
no
so
way.
not getting caught by that in 2-frame window, getting back on stage. And the up tilt, that sweet spot?
The sweet spot at up tilt is going to take that first stock, and then he was also at a pretty high percent. This is not quite going to do it because, like I said, Roy is a pretty heavy character, and his gravity is pretty high up there.
And not only that, Ness had no rage there. And on the other side of the stage, it's very difficult, actually, to get those back throw kills on from one side of the stage to the other, especially on Battlefield where it's got such huge blast zones. But good neutraler from Mikeeffect. This game is dead even in the second stock.
He is going to turn it up a little bit more, but Sethlon is continuing to pile on that very patient pressure that he's known for.
Yeah, and Mikeeffect has been having a decent amount of time to get around that. He's been running away, getting off some projectiles, and then when he's got Sethlon above him, he's getting off these PK Thunders, looking for the up airs. He hasn't really connected a lot of the up airs, but the PK Thunders have worked, and the great gimp there.
The gimp right there at the falling forward air sends him right into Battlefield. Sethlon missing the tech, and that is going to cost him as Mikeeffect takes game one.
And I think, Sethlon is one that doesn't usually miss techs, but I think he just simply was not ready for that forward air.
Yeah, it's pretty raw forward air. It ended up hitting him, and it just like dragged him both underneath the stage, spat him out right into the stage, and just wasn't quite going to get that. But we're going to see if he can mitigate that by going to a stage that doesn't have those underlips that Battlefield has in the stage of duck hunts.
Yeah, and that's one reason that he's probably picked the stage, but another reason is that he's got a lot more room to work with, where Ness can't just jump on these platforms and kind of get away. Sethlon's able to just keep him low on the ground and apply that super calculated pressure that we talked about.
Yeah. Not just that, but one very interesting thing to note about this stage is that it is a 2D stage. I don't know why this game has a Z-axis, but it does. And because of, I believe it's either that or iframes, his air dodge actually, Ness's air dodge lasts a little bit shorter in this version, in 2D stages.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Z-axis is something that does exist in this game, but it's not something we're going to talk about right now, as they're both in neutral. Sethlon having a bit of a pit to crawl from, but he's just playing very patiently. Both really are, and Mikeeffect is really just winning the neutral encounters here. Ooh.
Able to get the punish off of that dog popping up in the middle. Mikeeffect actually may have been ready for that, because you can manipulate where the dog is going to come out by either not shooting down any ducks, or hitting down any ducks, rather, and knowing that the dog will come up in the middle like this. Or if you do hit a duck down, it'll come up where the first duck was shot down.
Not only that, but you know he's going to end up coming pretty quickly whenever it shows fly away. Or that he knocks down or that they knock down both birds. Or however many birds they have. And anyway, Sethlon kind of keep him in the corner there. He's going to continue to use these tilts to keep him in the corner. He's going to try to take that stock with that forward air, but it's not quite going to pan out as he wants.
Sethlon going for a lot of these classic edge guards with Roy that don't work as well in this game.
Ooh,
up smash
that's
there.
not going to be something that's good for him.
Up throw should do it.
Yeah,
Indeed.
good old Hancock. And considering Ness's weight and the percentage that he was at, that's pretty guaranteed to go through. And now Sethlon faced with quite a hit to go through as he is down 60%.
You know, I really like that both of these guys are making use of where the dog will pop up. They're actually shooting down these ducks because they know that there it goes. The dog will pop up right there. And I think they're trying to manipulate that so they can get a punish later. Maybe their opponent won't notice. Almost taking the stock of that down smash, but Sethlon just ready for it. Neutral air won't do it either. Sethlon's got to be really careful. He's got to get back stage control as soon as he can so that he can get a little better positioning in his neutral game and get a good punish on Mikeeffect, but that's it.
And that's going to be it. Mikeeffect takes it over Sethlon. It's 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, Mikeeffect is really good. Didn't think it would be 2-0. I mean, both games were relatively close, mind you, but 2-0 over Sethlon.
In the end, he was able to make those crucial moves in neutral to not only keep the percentage gap between the two, but to also, whenever he needed to, get that grab, back throw, gone.
Yeah.